Terraform expressions explained. Terraform expressions convert static configuration into computed values evaluated during plan time. An expression reads variables, resource attributes, or functions and produce a value Terraform can assign to an argument. The Terraform core interpreter evaluates expressions before sending the final configuration payload to the AWS provider. The outcome is dynamic infrastructure where configuration values adapt into input variables instead of remaining hard-coded. Terraform expressions resolve in a dependency-aware order during the plan phase. The mechanism is Terraform core reading input variables, locals, and data sources before calculating argument values. This evaluation step produces a final resolve configuration graph before the provider plugin performs API operations. The outcome is deterministic infrastructure because providers receive fully computed values instead of partially defined inputs. Terraform expressions support conditional operators that change configuration behavior based on input conditions. The mechanism is a ternary operator, which selects one value if a condition is true and another if it is false. Terraform evaluates the condition during the plan phase and assigns the resulting value to the resource argument. The outcome is environment-specific infrastructure without duplicating resource blocks. Terraform expressions often combine multiple functions to transform data structures. The mechanism is function chaining, where the output of one function becomes the input of another expression. Terraform evaluates the expression tree from the innermost function outward until a final value is produced. The outcome is structured configuration derived from raw input variables. Expressions allow one resource attribute to feed directly into another resource argument. The mechanism is attribute referencing using the syntax resource type, resource name, attribute. Terraform records the reference as a dependency edge in the infrastructure graph. The outcome is automatic ordering because Terraform ensures the source resource is created before the dependent resource reads its value. During submarine reactor drills, engineers never memorize system outputs. They trace signal flow through the instrumentation chain to understand how a measurement was produced. Terraform expressions follows the same operational rule. If you cannot trace how a value was computed, you cannot safely modify the system that depends on it. Misreading an expression chain during refactoring can redirect infrastructure dependencies and trigger unintended resource replacement.